While I'm keeping an eye on every player, Wiser controls every room.
Hi Steve, thanks for talking to us. So obviously it was a real close run thing last weekend against Loughborough. After a few days to reflect, how do you guys feel about the performance? Because on the pitch it was fantastic for periods.
Sometimes after the game, when the emotion's still high, you can see it slightly differently, and then when the emotion drains out of it a bit, you start to see it a bit differently. But that's not really the case this week. We spoke to the girls after the game, and I think we were pretty accurate in terms of the assessment of it. We probably had 6 or 7 opportunities in the first half where a skill error led to a turnover. And if we'd have been a bit more clinical there, maybe two or three of those opportunities we converted into points. It's potentially a different game come the last 10-15 minutes, and we mismanaged probably the last 7 or 8 minutes. But you have days where you play well, and a little bit of mismanagement at the end of the game costs you. We've had games this year where the shoe's been on the other foot, and we've not really deserved to win, and we have. It happens sometimes, but the big thing we took away was it was a big step in the right direction in terms of performance. Disappointing in terms of the result, but as I said, those things do happen, unfortunately.
Absolutely. So carrying those positives now into this week, we've got Worcester on the weekend. A few changes to the side.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from Worcester on the pitch? They've had some good results. They've had some good performances despite not necessarily getting the results.
The biggest compliment I could pay them is that you have to beat them. And what I mean by that is they won't disappear. If you score a couple of points, they're not the kind of team that will just take that and roll over. They constantly fight, and there's a lot to be said for that. So it is going to be a real battle. I think my second game here actually was Worcester away, and that was the case on the night. We came away with a decent result in the end, but we really had to fight to get anything from it. So big physical forward pack. Fairly sort of varied kicking game, some really good direct carriers both in the forwards and the backs, so a genuine threat, and to get a result this weekend we'll have to be equally as good as we were last weekend, because as I said, we were good in the main last weekend, so we need to make sure we're replicating that level of performance.
In terms of game management then, we talked a little bit about the game management towards the back end of the game on the weekend. What are you looking for, perhaps particularly from your half-backs in the game? What are the sort of things that you've identified that you think we want to be
It's not just a half-back there was a couple of instances that we probably made some poor decisions, but it wasn't necessarily the half-backs that made those decisions. So we've got to take collective responsibility and not point the finger at certain people because of the positions that they play. We've all got an accountability around that. So what we've tried to do this week is clarify certain things we do in certain scenarios. So we're not just asking the halfbacks to control that. We're trying to make everyone's awareness broader, so that when it's high pressure. When the pressure comes on and you've got to make really succinct decisions, we've got to do them with clarity. So as I said, we've tried to create some scenarios in training this week, which the girls have had to react positively to. And they have done, so I think collectively we'll be better in them high pressure moments.
Fantastic.